It is around 12 noonish here at the Martinsburg Repair Shop and Automotive Repair. The purpose of this video is to explain a little bit of the situation that I have with this outboard motor. It's a 90 horsepower Mercury Optimax. See, it says Optimax. So the customer called me, and hold on, let me get you back on my hand. Customer called me, asking for maintenance on this this vessel, on this motor, and so I proceeded to say yes. Went and picked it up, brought it over here. The first thing I want to do was crank it over, make sure it turned on. Batteries were dead, so I put a booster on there, cranked it over, sprayed some carb cleaner in there, just make it turn on. Nothing. I could hear one of the fuel pumps turn on, and I noticed one of the other fuel pumps was not turning on, which is the high boost pump. On this VST unit, the high boost pump or high pressure pumps on this side, and the lift pump is laying down right here. So one's here, and the other one's laying down right here. So this high boost pump or high pressure fuel pump was the one that was bad, so we replaced that. But the mistake we did on this was that we should have changed out the grommets. There's a grommet right here in this one part, and there's another grommet on this bottom part. We should change those out the first time. They didn't look that bad when we removed the fuel pumps from there, so we left them on there. But this high boost pump grommet on this one had a hairline crack, like very fine hairline crack. So the fuel pressure was coming back into the VST unit. VST stands for vapor separator tank or unit. Anyways, so but then the other issue that we were having was we realized we didn't have spark. What I did notice that every single time you would crank the key, you would have an intermittent spark, like a very light spark, and then it would cut, but the engine would still be cranking. So I did the bypass on the lanyard switch, the kill switch, over on the control box. Let me go show you where the control box is at. So this is the lanyard or kill switch. So I did a bypass on this, thinking that maybe the switch at the back was bad, and still was no issue there. So then from there, since the key ignition was fairly old from the original one, this is the original key. You can tell the red part, that's the way it comes. And so I called the customer. The customer decided to provide me with the key ignition. So he put on the key ignition, and the engine turned on. Yeah, that one turned on. Turned on for like, I would say we left it on for like 5 seconds. We decided to turn it off because we didn't have no water connected to it. And that was the mistake we did. Because after we turned it off, it did not want to turn on ever again. And we had a hard time. So, diagnosing and everything, checked fuses, checked continuity, checked the ohms on all the coils. And all the coils came out good. Check resistance from spark plug wires to the spark plugs, and those were good. Check the spark plugs, they were carbonated because they were still OEM, they were still the original ones because they were still painted black. So didn't think nothing was there. So like I said, after we had already gotten fuel pressure restored to it, we were having that issue with that. But we didn't want to assume that the PCM was bad at the time, you know, because that PCM were $1,200 if you get one from Mercury. And on this nitro, This is a nitro, the X5 nitro. It's actually up for sale. This is a 2009. Yeah, it's a 2009 nitro with a 90 horsepower short shaft optimax. So it's a 2-cycle fuel injection. Anyways, so push came to shove. I ended up finding a PCM. This PCM for roughly around, I would say $500. I think it was that I told the customer it was. I sent her the link. She ordered it. Came on the mail, UPS. Came over here. Boom, slapped it on. Cranked it over. Boom, it turned on. And like I said, running around doing all that checking diagnosis. I don't have a computer diagnostics for these Mercuries. I am a boat repair shop, but I am not a dealer. So since I'm not a dealer, I don't have the luxury of buying the computer doing diagnostics. But you know, everything that was done to it, you know, cleaning out the VST, changing out the grommets and the rubber seals and the fuel pump and stuff like that. In total, I think the customer ended up spending around with and labor, I think, let's see, I think it was like around $800. And in parts, I think it was more like around, let me see, like 400. I would say about another $800, $800, $900. I'm not sure. So this engine now turns on the way it's supposed to turn on. It's got good compression, good spark. We did new spark plugs as well on it. New water pump, impeller, and gear oil. So this vessel is actually lake ready or water ready, you could say. But yeah, so like I said, a lot of the issues that we were having with the no spark, you know, yeah, there is fuses here. There's this fuse box retainer right here, and then there's another one on this side. So you can check those fuses first, and then check your ground. Also check the voltage. The voltage is very crucial on these engines. If they don't have their over 12 volts, it will have some issues. Also, when you're opening up the VST, you might as well just put those new grommets in there, because when you do remove them, you do have to force them out. So it will create small tears in it, like what happened to us, or to me. We were able to resolve that. But other than that, everything is fine. So like I said, we put brand new batteries, brand new high pressure pump, the 2 grommets, some rubber O-rings, a diaphragm for the mechanical pump, and we did the PCM, new spark plugs, and we ended up taking the fuel out and putting new fuel in it with some treatment in there. But yeah, like I said, other than that should be it. So you're having issues with no spark on these 2008, 2009 models. Key ignition, the lanyard, PCM, or fuses. Yeah, fuses or bad coils, but it's very rare when you have bad coils. The only way you'll have a bad PCM is if whoever decided to charge the batteries here ended up putting either the booster cables backwards or putting the terminal wires backwards on the on this battery. It will fry fuses, the dial, or it will fry your PCM. In this case, I think somebody tried to boost the battery with either a booster or jumper cables, and it fried the PCM. Other than that, we got it running, and it took us longer than it was supposed to. It was supposed to only take like 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks, and it took me a little over 3 weeks, I believe. Yeah, like 3 weeks. But yeah, this one's already ready to get picked up. We'll call the customer today and have them come pick it up. And if it's still for sale, you can send me a message, and I'll respond whether it is for sale still. I don't know how much they're asking for it. I think she said somewhere around between 6,000 and 10,000 for it. It's a 2009. I don't know exactly how many hours it has in it. But yeah, like I said, 2009 X5 Nitro Competition Series. It does have a Lowrance fish finder. It does have new upholstered seats. It's got a 12-volt Mini Quota Edge trolley motor. They put brand new tires on there, and I think they did the new lights as well. And like I said, it has brand new water pump, gear oil, spark plugs, PCM, 2 new batteries, 1 new fuel pump, new grommets, and stuff like that. So yeah, she put a lot of money into it. They put a lot of money into this thing. So yeah. All right. So like I said, if you're interested in this boat and if it's still for sale, I could direct you to the person that's selling it, and link you with that person. And if you like what you see, then you can buy it. All right, we're out.